Hello everyone, today we are going to solve O Levels paper 2 in a session October-November 2019 paper 2-2. So let's begin with the first question. So in question number 1, Tanya owns a small business. In A part, Tanya has 4 employees. Every week the employees each work for 7 3 by 4 hours each day for 5 days. Each employee is paid $15.20 per hour. Calculate the total amount Tanya pays her 4 employees in 1 week. Okay, so first we need to find, we know that one employee work this much hour in a day and they work for 5 days in a week. So we need to find in 1 week one employee work how much hours. So this would be 5 times 7 3 by 4. Okay, so first we need to find 4 times 7, 28, and then plus 3 would be 31, divides 4 and times by 5. So this would be 38.75 hours one employee work in a week. Okay, and we know that each employee is paid this much per hour, so we need to find the weekly wage of one employee. So for one employee it would be 15.20 times the number of hours they work in a week is 338.75. So times 15.20, this would be 589. Okay, so this is the amount for one employee, and she pay her 4 employees in a week. So the total amount would be 4 times 589. So let's see how much she pays her 4 employees in 1 week. So times by 4, this would be $2,356. Okay, now for the B part, the business made a profit of $25,700 in 2017 compared with $22,102 in 2018. Calculate the percentage decrease in profit from 2017 to 2018. So we need to find the percentage decrease. So first we need to for the difference between the two profits. For 2017 the profit is 25,700, subtract 22,102, and then dividing by the profit in 2017 is 25,700 and times by 100. So this would be 25,700 subtract 22,102, divide 25,700 times 100. This would be 14%. Percentage decreases 14%. Okay, now for the C part, Tanya made and must add 8% a sale tax to the initial cost of a job. She then add 15% to the cost including sales tax to find the amount to charge a client. Tanya charged one client a total of this much dollars for a job. Calculate the initial cost of this job. Let's say the initial cost of this job be X. Right? Okay, and we have given information that she must add 8% sale tax to the initial cost. Okay, so initially it is 100%. So when she add 8% of sale tax to the initial cost of the job, so adding 8% in 100%, it would be 108%. Right? And this 108% is basically X over 100 times 108, because X is the initial cost of the job. So 108 divide 100, this would be 1.08x. Okay, she then add 15% to the cost. So the cost is initially 100%, so adding 15%, it would be 115%. Right, including the sales tax. So this would be the sales tax to find the amount to charge a client. So this would be 1.08x dividing by 100 and times by 115, right? So times 115 divide 100, this would be 1.242x. Okay. Now Tanya charged one client a total of this much. So this would be the amount charged by the client, and we have given, so put it equals to the given amount. So 1.242x would be equals to 465.75. We can find the value of x. 465.75 divide 1.242, this would be 375. So x is $375, or we can say that the initial cost of this job is $375. Okay. Now for the D part, Tanya invest $8,500. So the investment is the principal in an account paying 3.1% per year compound interest. So that is the interest rate, and we are using compound interest at the end of the 5 years. So this is the time. She takes $9,300 from the account to buy new equipment for the business. Calculate how much money is left in the account after buying the new equipment. Okay, so first we need to use the formula for the compound interest in this case. So the compound interest is amount equals to principal into 1 plus r over n into nt. Okay, so we need to find the amount. Investment is 8,500 into 1 plus interest rate is 3.1%, so 3.1 dividing by 100. N is the compounding period, so it is for per year, so it is just 1. Again, this n is 1 and time is 5 years. Okay, so let me simplify it. 3.1 divides 100, right? And then add 1 exponent 5 times 8,500. This would be the amount. After 5 years, 9,901.7567. Okay, and she takes 9,300. So we need to find the money left. Okay, the money left would be 9,901.7567 subtract 9,300. Because this is the price of the new equipment. Okay, so subtracting 9,300 would be 601.756, or we can say $76. This would be the money left after buying the new equipment. Okay, in question number 2, shapes A, B and C are drawn on the grid. So we have given the shape A, shape B and the shape C. So in part A, shape A is mapped onto shape B by a reflection. Write down the equation of the line of reflection. Okay, so A is mapped onto B. It is a reflection. So we can see this point would be this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So half of 4 would be 2, so 1 and 2. So this would be the line of reflection, that is y equals to negative of 1. So the line of reflection is y equals to minus 1. Okay, now for the B part, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape C. Okay, so look at A and C. So as we can see that A to C is not a translation, not a reflection, and not a rotation as well. So it is basically an enlargement, right? It is an enlargement, and it has a scale factor. If this is 1 unit and this would be 1, 2 and 3 unit, so the scale factor is 3. Right, and we need to find the center of enlargement. So to find the center of enlargement, we need to join the points. As you can see that this point would be this point. Let me connect these 2 points. Okay, and this point would be this point. Okay, this would be this, and the last point would be this one. Okay, so as you can see that all the 4 points are intersect at this point. So this would be the center of enlargement, that is -3 and 2. So the center is -3 and 2. Okay, and one more thing here, the scale factor is negative. Why it is negative? Because it is opposite of the center of the enlargement when the shape A is in the second quadrant, and on the opposite side of the center we got the shape C. So the scale factor is -3, right? So the shape A map onto shape C by an enlargement with a scale factor of -3 because it is opposite of the center, and center of enlargement is -3 and 2, right? Now for the C part, transformation T is represented by the matrix. T maps shape A onto shape D. Draw and label shape D. Okay, so we have given the transformation. We know the formula that transformation times the matrix A would be equals to the image, right? We have given the transformation that is -1, 0, 0 and -1 times the matrix A. So let me find the coordinates for the matrix A. So the coordinates for the matrix A, let me say this point is -5 and 1, -5, 1, this point, -5, 2, and then this point would be -6, 3, and this is -6, 1. So these are the coordinates for the shape A. So the matrix for shape A, let me write it down again: -5, 1, -5, 2, -6, 3, -6, 1. Let me multiply the two matrices to get the image. So rows are going to multiply with the column. -1 times 5 would be 5, and 5 and 6 and 6, and then -1, -2, -3 and -1. So this is the image, and these are the coordinates of shape D, right? Let me draw these, point out these coordinates on the grid: 5, -1, 5, -2, 6, -3 and 6, -1. Okay, so let's draw the shape D. 5 and -1, x is 5 and the y is -1, 5 and -2, 6 -3 and 6 -1. So this is a shape D. Let's connect all the points. This is a shape D after the transformation T. Question number 3. In A part, the table shows the times in seconds taken for each of 12 members. So the total members are 12 of an athletic clubs to run 400 meters and 800 meters. Time for 400 meters in terms of seconds and time for 800 meters in terms of seconds we have given. In first part on the grid, complete the scatter diagram. The first 6 points has been plotted for you. So we need to plot the rest of the 6 points. Yes. So as we can see, the first point, when the 400 meters representing the x and the 800 meter representing the y, 56 and 129. So 50, and this would be 55, sorry, 55 to 56, and we have 129. So 129 below 130. This would be the point. Yes. 63 and 138. So 61, 62 and 63. This is 63 and 138. So above 130, this line is 138 is over here. Okay, then 50 and 126. So we have 50 and 125 and 126. And then 61 and 131. So 60 and then 61 is this. Two blocks after 60 would be 61 and 131, 130 and then 131. 53 and 119. So 51, sorry, this is 51, this is 52 and this would be 53 and 119. And 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, this point. 55 and 127. So 55 and 125, 26 and 27, this point. Yes. Okay, now for the second part, runners who took less than 55 seconds to run 400 meters. For 400 meters, less than 55 seconds. Less than 55. And less than 125 seconds to run 800 meters. For 800 meters, less than 125 seconds. Are selected to enter an athletic competition. How many of these runners are selected for the competition? Okay, so let me find how many of them. So if I can draw a straight line at 55 and drawing a straight line at 125, so how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are going to be selected for the competition. Okay, now for the third part, what type of correlation does the scatter diagram show? So the type of correlation, as you can see, when the time in terms of 400 meters increase, the time for 800 meters also increase. So it is a positive correlation. Okay, now for the fourth part, draw a line of best fit on the scatter diagram. So let me draw the line of best fit. The line of best fit is a line that passes through as many points as we can. So in my case, it would be, this would be the line of best fit. And for the fifth part, we have another runner took 65 seconds to run on 400 meters. Use your line of best fit to estimate how long they would take to run 800 meters. So 65 seconds on 400 meters. Okay, so for 65, let me draw the straight line on 65, and on the line of best fit, what would be this point? So it would be 135. Yes, this is 135 seconds. Now for the B part, 50 members of the athletic club attempted the high jump. The table summarizes the heights in centimeters of their jumps. So height h in centimeters and the frequency we have given. The athletic coach uses the mid-interval values to calculate the estimate of the mean height jumped by the 50 athletes. Okay, mid-intervals. So we need to find the mid-intervals. So what is the mid-interval from 40 to 140 to 145? So how can we find the midpoint? We need to add both of them, 140 plus 145, and dividing by 2. This would be 142.5. So the mid-interval is 142.5. This would be 147.5. This would be 152.5. This mid-interval is 157.5 and this would be 162.5. Yes. His estimate for the mean is 153.6 centimeter. Explain why P plus Q is 12. Okay. So why P plus Q is 12, as we know that the sum of the frequency, the total frequency is always equals to the total members. So this the frequency sum up is basically equals to 50. So we can say that if we add P plus 10 plus 15 plus 13 plus Q, this would be equals to 50. Right? So what is P plus Q? P plus Q would be equals to 50 minus 10 minus 15 and minus 13. So 50 minus 10 minus 15 minus 13, this would be equals to 12. So we have showed that P plus Q would be equals to 12. And why P plus Q is equals to 12? Because the sum of the total frequency, is 50. Right? Okay, now for the second part, show that this would be equals to 1870. Okay, for this we need to use the information about the mean. So we know that mean is 153.6 and this would be equals to sum of values dividing by the total value. So how can we find out the sum? We can find the sum by using the mid intervals. This information is given to us. The mid interval is this for P. So multiply both of them. Mid intervals are going to multiply with the frequency and then we can add them up. So 142.5 P, and for the next is 147.5 times 10. This would be 1475, right? Okay, now this would be 152.5 times 15 plus 2287.5 plus 157.5 times 13, 2047.5, and the last is 162.5 Q. Sum and dividing by the total. So we need to divide it with the total members, which is equals to 50. Right? So let me simplify it further now. So it is going to multiply with 50. So 153.6 times 50, this would be equals to 7680. 142.5 P plus 162.5 Q, right? And we need to add the middle three values. This would be 1475 plus 2287.5 plus 2047.5 plus 5810, right? Okay, so if I can further simplify, it would be 142.5 P plus 162.5 Q. This would be equals to 7680 and subtract 5810, right? So 7680 is going to subtract with that one. This would be 1870. So we have showed that this plus this would be 1870. Now for the third part, find the value of P and the value of Q, show your working. We need to find the P and Q. So from the first two part, we have two equations. The first equation is P plus Q would be equals to 12. This is my first equation. And my second equation is 142.5 P plus 162.5 Q would be equals to 1870. This is my second equation. Now we can solve the two system of equations to get the value for P and Q. Okay, so from equation 1, we can find the value of P, that is P would be equals to 12 minus Q. This is my equation number 3. We can substitute that equation in equation number 2. This would be 142.5 into P plus 162.5 Q would be 1870. Okay, So 142.5 times 12, this would be 1710. 1710 minus 142.5q plus 162.5q, this would be equals to 1870. Okay, so now we have 162.5 subtract 142.5, we have 20q, and this would be equals to 1870, and then subtracting 1710, subtract 1710, 160. So for q we need to divide it by 20, so the q value is 8. So we got q equals to 8. Now just substitute the q value in equation number 3. We got the p, so p would be equals to 12 minus 8, so 12 subtract 8 would be 4, so p is equals to 4. Question number 4 in A part, complete the table for the given function. So as we can see, we need to find the y when x is 4. So just substitute x equals to 4, y would be equals to 3 plus 2 times of 4 minus 4 cube over 5. So we have 3 plus 2 times 4 is 8 minus 4 cube is 64 over 5. So let's do it. Negative 64 divide 5 and then add 8 and add 3. This would be minus 1.8. Now for the B part, draw the graph of the function for x is between negative 4 to positive 4. Okay. So when x is negative 4, the y is 7.8. So we have x equals to negative 4 over here. The y 7.8. So we have y equals to 7 and 7.2, 4, 6 and 8. This point. For negative 3, 2.4. So negative 3, we have 2, 2.2 and 2.4. Then negative 2, we have 0.6. So for negative 2, 0.2, 4 and 6, this point. For negative 1, it is 1.2. Negative 1, 1.2. For 0, we have 3. Y is 3 for 0. When x is 1, y is 4.8. 1, we have 4, 4.2, 4.4, 4.6 and 4.8. Okay. When x is 2, y is 5.4. 2 and 5.4. For 3, we have 3.6. 3, 3.2, 4 and 6. This point. And for the last point, when x is 4, y is negative 1.8. X is 4, y is negative 1, 1.2, 4, 6 and 8. This point. Let me connect all these points to get a smooth curve. And the last point. So this is a curve for the given function. Moving to part C. By drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the graph of the function at 1 and 4.8. Okay, so first we need to draw the tangent and then find out the gradient at that point. So this point is 1 and 4.8. So let me draw the tangent. Tangent is a straight line at that point. So this would be the tangent. And on that tangent, we need to find the 2 points to find out the gradient. Okay, so let me take the 2 points on the gradient. If I can take this point and this point, and if I can draw the triangle like this, so this would be from 0 to 2, this point is 2, and this would be 3 to it would be 6, 6.1, and 6, 6, 6.2, 6.4, 6.2, 6.4 subtract 3, this would be 3.4. Okay, now for the gradient. So gradient is basically change in y over change in x. So this would be 3.4 divides 2. 3.4 divides 2. So this would be 1.7. So the gradient is 1.7. This is part C. Okay. Now for part D, in first on the grid, draw the line. So to draw the line, we can use the x and the y intercept method. So if we can substitute x is equals to 0, so the y would be 2 times y would be equals to 8, and y is equals to 2 times 4 is 8. So the point is 0, 4, right? But when I put y is equals to 0, the x would be equals to 8. But x equals to 8 is not on the graph. We have given the graph the x values between -4 and +4. So we cannot use this point. So let me consider any other point. So if we can take y equals to 2. So 2 times 2 plus x would be equals to 8. So x would be equals to 8 minus 4. X would be equals to 4. So this point is 4, 2. Yes, this point is on the graph. So by using the point 0, 4 and 4, 2, we can draw the line 0, 2 and 4, 2. So going back to the grid, where is 0? 0, 4. So we have a point 0 and 4. X is 0 and the y is 4, this point, and the other point when x is 4, y is 2. So y is equals to 2 over here. So let me join these 2 points. This would be the equation of line, and this equation of line is 2y plus x equals to 8. 2y plus x equals to 8. Okay. Now for the second part of D, write down the x coordinate of the points where the line intersect the graph of the function. Okay, so we need to find the x coordinates now. So the green line intersect the graph at the points. So the first point is this. So it would be this point. Another point would be this one, and the third point is this. Okay, so what are these points? So we have 3, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -3.7, right? And this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.4, and this would be 3.1 and 2. So 3.2. So these 3 points, the line cuts the curve. -3.7. We have 0.4 and 3.2. These are the 3 x coordinates. Now for part 3, these x coordinates are the solution of the equation. Find the value of A and the value of B. Okay, so we have given the 2 equations. The first one is this, that is 2y plus x would be equals to 8. This is the first equation, and the second is this, y is equals to 3 plus 2x minus x cube over 5. we can simplify these two equations to form this one. This is my second equation. Okay, so let's simplify it further. So as we can see from equation number 2, we have the value of y. We can substitute in equation number 1. So we have 2 times of y plus x equals to 8. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6 plus 4x minus 2x cube over 5 plus x would be equals to 8. So minus 2x cube over 5 plus 5x, this would be 8 minus 6, this would be equals to 2, right? Okay, now we can take the 5 as an LCM. So minus 2x cube, 5 times 5 is 25x, and 2 is going to multiply with 5, this would be equals to 10, right? Now we have negative 2x cube plus 25x equals to 10. So minus 2x cube plus 25x minus 10 is equals to 0. So if I compare this equation with this one, so we have x cube coefficient is positive of 2. So let me make it positive 2 by taking negative sign common. So we have 2x cube minus 25x plus 10, this would be equals to 0. So the coefficient of x would be a and the constant term is b. Here the coefficient of x is negative of 25, so a is minus 25 and the constant term is 10, so that is the value for b. Now question number 5, we have given the universal set in which x is an integer between 1 to 16. So we have a universal set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, right? And we have a set A, x is an even number. So which numbers are even from 1 to 16? We will get A. Even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. In set B, x is a scared number. So which numbers are scared? 1 scared is 1, 2 scared is 4, 3 scared is 9, 4 scared is 16. And C, x is a factor of 100. What numbers are the factors of 100? 1 is a factor of 100, 2, we have 4, 5, and 10. So these numbers are the factor of 100, right? Okay, now in the first part, complete the Venn diagram. We have A, B, C. First, we need to find the intersection of all these three. So what is A? Intersection B, intersection C. What comes in the intersection? 4 is in the intersection of the three sets. So we have 4 in the middle, right? Now what is A intersection B? We have A and B. So we have 4 is in common and 16 is in common. So 4 and 16. So we already wrote the 4. So we have just 16. Now what is B intersection C? 1, 4, 1 and 4. So B and C, 1 and we have 4 already written over here. Now what is A intersection C? With A, 2, 4, 10. So A and C is 2 and 10. 4 is already written. Okay, now let's see the set A. The set A has 2, 4, 10, 16. 2, 4, 10 and 16. The left are 6, 8, 10 is written, 12 and 14. Now the A is completed. Now for B, 1, 4, 16. 1, 4 and 16, 9 is left. For the set C, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. 1, 2, 4, 5 and 10 is written. Okay, so what is outside from the universal set from 1 to 16? We have 1, 2, we have 3 is not inside. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is 15 inside? No. And 16. Yes, so we have completed the Venn diagram. Now for the second part, find the number of A complement union B. So this is A, and A complement are the numbers that are outside of A. Can be these numbers 1, 9, 1, 5, 3, 7, 11, 13, and 15. Now we need to find out its union with B, that is 9 and 1. So how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the total numbers are 8. Okay. Now for the third part, P belongs to A intersection C. Write down all the possible values of P. A intersection C. A and C. 4, 2, 10. These are the three values for P. So it can be 2, 4, and 10. Now for the B part, Atik has a set of 16 cards numbered from 1 to 16. In first part, he takes a card from the set at random. Find the probability that the card shows an odd square number. Okay, so how many numbers, if we are going back to the set B. Set B is a set of square numbers. Square numbers are 1, 4, 9, and 16. So how many are odd square numbers? So 1 is an odd square number and 9 is an odd square number. 4 and 16 are even square number. So there are 2 odd square numbers out of 16. So this would be equals to 1 out of 8. Right. Now for the second part, Atik takes 2 cards at random from the set of 16 cards. Find the probability that both cards shows even number that are factors of 100. Okay, so even numbers that are factor of 100. So the set C, factors of 100, 1, 2, 4, 5, 10. So how many numbers are even? 2 is even, 4 is even, and 10 is even. So 3 numbers are even. And total at 16 for the first card, and for the second card the rest of the even numbers are left are 2, and the total left would be 15. Right, so this would be 2 times 3 is 6, and what is 15 times 16? This is 240. Divide 240, convert it into simplest form. 6 divides 240 is 1 by 40. So that is a probability. Now for question number 6 in A part, rearrange the formula to make P the subject. Okay, so that's pretty easy. We can do a cross multiplication. Vp plus 5V, this would be equals to 3. We have to make P a subject, so Vp is on the left. So 3 minus 5 of V, and P would be equals to 3 minus 5V over V. Right. Now for the second part, express as a single fraction in its simplest form. So we need to take an LCM. By cross multiplication, x is going to multiply with x minus 6, and plus 3 is going to multiply with 2x minus 5, and then dividing with x minus 6 and 2x minus 5. Okay, now let's do a further simplification. It would be x square minus 6x plus 3 times 2 would be 6x minus 15. Divides x minus 6 and 2x minus 5. So positive 6x and negative 6x would be cancelled out. So as a single fraction, it would be x square minus 15 over x minus 6 and 2x minus 5. Now for part C, we need to solve this equation and find the value for x. So we have, let's do a cross multiplication. 4x plus 5, this would be equals to 2 times of 1 minus 3x. 4x plus 5 is 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 would be 6x. 4x plus 6x, this would be 2 minus 5. 10x is equals to -3 and x would be equals to -3 by 10. Now in part D, we need to solve this equation, show you working. Basically, we need to find the value of x. Okay, so we have 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 2, 4x square minus 2x. So we have 4x square minus 2x and minus 5x minus 15. This would be equals to 0. It's a quadratic equation. 4x square minus 7x minus 15 equals to 0. We can solve it by using a quadratic formula, that is x is equals to -b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac divides 2a. So what is ABC? A is 4, B is -7 and C is -15. So let me substitute all the values. So x would be equals to -7 plus minus square root b square is -7 square minus 4a and c divides 2 times of a, that is 2 times of 4. Okay, now let's do a further simplification. So x would be equals to 7 plus minus square root 7 square is 49. And we have 4 times 15, and negative times negative would be positive. 240 divides 2 times 4 is 8. 240 plus 49, 289. So x would be 7 plus minus square root of 289 divides 8. So what is square root of 289? This would be 17. So x is equals to 7 plus minus 17 divides 8. Now we have two x values with a positive 17 and negative 17. So from here x is equals to 7 plus 17 over 8, or x is equals to 7 minus 17 over 8. Okay, 7 plus 17 divides 8 would be 3, and 7 minus 17 divides 3 would be minus 10 by 3. Sorry, it's 8. Yes, 7 minus 17 divides 8 is minus 5 by 4. So we have two x values, positive 3 and negative 5 out of 4. So we have 3 and minus 5 by 4. Now question number 7. A field is in the shape of a quadrilateral PQRS. PQRS. This is a quadrilateral. A path crosses the field from P to R. PQ is 280 meters. RS is 146 meter. P to R is 325 meters. S is the bearing of 42 degree from P. Okay, so S is the bearing of 42 degree from P, and PSR is 108 degree, and the angle RPQ is 38 degrees. In the first part, we need to calculate the bearing of R from P. Yes, bearing of R from P. So this angle we need to find. So this angle would be a sum of 42 and this angle. How can we find this angle? So if I can consider the triangle PSR. So we need to find the angle P. The side P is given, angle S and the side S is given. We can use the law of sine to find the angle P. Okay, so law of sine on the triangle P, S, and R. Okay, so we need to find angle P. So sine P over side P would be equals to sine S over side S. So from here, P would be equals to sine inverse of P over S into sine S. Right, okay. So let me substitute the values. So angle P would be equals to sine inverse of, what is side P? Side P is 146 over side S. S is 325 and angle S is 108. 325 and sine 108. Okay, so we have sine 108 times 146 and divide 325 and doing the sine inverse, this is 25.29. So P is 25.29 degrees. This is P. So we have got the angle P, that is 25.29. And now the bearing of R from P would be the sum of 25.29 and 42. So how can we find the bearing? So we need to add 42 to get the bearing, that is 67.3 degrees. Correct to one decimal place. Okay, now for the B part, in the first, show that QR is 202 meters, correct to the nearest meters. Okay, Q to R, where is QR? QR, this side we are going to find. So now we are going to consider the triangle PQR, this triangle. We have given the angle P and the side P we need to find, side R is given and the side Q is given. So here we can use the law of cosine. Law of cosine on the triangle P, Q, and R. We need to find the side P, so we can say P square would be equals to Q square plus R square minus 2QR cos of P. So P square would be equals to Q square. So the side Q is 325. 325 whole square plus the side R is 280. 280 square minus 2 times Q times R cos of angle P. So what is angle P? 38 degrees. 38 degrees. Okay. So let me simplify all the terms. So 325 square plus 280 square and then subtract 2 times 325 times 280 times cos 38. And for P we need to do the square root. So the square root of that term would be 201.5. So here P would be equals to 201.5 meters and correct to the nearest meter, it would be 202 meters. Now for the second part of B, walks at a constant speed of 5.5 kilometer per hour. Calculate the time it takes her to walk from Q to R. So we know that the QR distance is 202 meters. Give your answer in minutes and seconds, correct to the nearest second. Okay. So the distance QR we just got from the previous part, and we have given the speed is equals to 5.5 kilometer per hour. So it means she travels in 1 hour, she covered 5.5 kilometer. Since the distance between Q to R is in terms of meters, so we need to convert this kilometer into meter by using a conversion that 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1000 meters. So what would be 5.5 kilometer? This would be equals to 5.5 times 1000, this would be 5500 meters. Okay, so 5500 meters, right, in 1 hour. So this 1 hour is basically 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes she covers this much of distance. Okay, so what distance is covered in 1 minute? So 1 minute she covers 5500 divided 60 meters, right? So 5500 divided 60, this would be equals to 91.66, 91.67 meters, right? And we know the formula that speed is equals to distance over time, and from here we can say that time would be equals to distance over speed. So what is the distance between Q to R? The distance is 202 meters, and the speed in 1 minute is 91.67 meters. So 202 divide with that number, it would be the time in terms of minutes is 2.2036, right? It means this would be the 2 minutes, right? And how much is the seconds? To find out the seconds, we can subtract the 2. So this would be the seconds, and for seconds we need to multiply by 60, so 12 seconds. So this is equivalent to 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Right? So 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Okay, now question number 8, we have given the volume of a cone and the curved surface area of cone. The diagram shows a bowl with a circular base. So this is a bowl and its base is circular. The curved surface area of bowl is formed by removing the cone with a radius 12 centimeter and height of 45 centimeter from the larger cone as shown in the diagram. The radius of top of the bowl is 16 centimeter and its height is 15 centimeter. And the total height, what would be the total height? The total height 15 plus 45 would be 60 centimeters, right? Okay, now for the first part A, calculate the volume of the bowl. So to calculate the volume of the bowl, what we need to do is we need to find the volume of the larger cone, the volume of this larger cone, and subtract the volume of the smaller cone, we will get the volume of the bowl, right? So volume of a bowl is equals to volume of larger cone subtract volume of smaller cone, right? This would be the larger cone, and we have given the formula that the volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h, right? So just substitute the formula. So the larger cone is 1 by 3 pi, radius for the larger cone is 16 r square, and the height of the larger cone is 60, it's square. Subtract the volume of the smaller cone is 1 by 3 pi r square is 12 square times height is 45. Okay, so let me take 1 by 3 and pi common. So we have 16 square times 60, and then subtract 12 square times 45. This would be 8880. Okay, so we need to multiply it with the pi and divide it by 3. So this would be 9299.11 centimeter cube. So this would be the volume of a bowl, 9299 centimeter cube. Now for the B part, the slant height of the cone that has been removed is C centimeter. Show that C is 46.6, correct to 3 significant figure. Okay, so C, this is C, as you can see. So if I can draw a straight line from here. So we have made a right angle triangle. So this is a right angle triangle. So this is 12 and this is 45. Right? We can easily find out the hypotenuse, that is C. So let me draw this triangle separately over here. The top is the radius, that is 12. This is 45. And this would be C, that we are going to find the hypotenuse. So we have given a right angle triangle. We can find out the value of C by using a Pythagoras theorem. So the Pythagoras theorem is hypotenuse square would be equals to 45 square plus 12 square. And to get the value of C, we can do the square root, right? So 45 square plus 12 square, and doing a square root, we will get 46.57. 46.57, and go back to three significant figures. C would be equals to 46.6 centimeters. Now for the C part, the bowl is completely filled with water. Calculate the total surface area of the bowl that is in contact with water. Okay, so the base is circular, that is in contact with the water, and this curved surface area of the cone, right? So the base is circular, so it is, we are using the area of a circle, that is pi r square. And how can we find this curved surface area? To find this curved surface area, we need to find the surface area of the larger cone, and subtracting the surface area of a smaller cone, we can easily find out the curved surface area of this bowl, right? Okay, now to get the surface area of a larger cone, we need to find this height, right? So if I can connect it like this, as you can see, we have again a right angle triangle. This is 16. This would be the slant height that we are going to find, and this straight one would be the 60, right? We need to find the slant height, because for the curved surface area of a cone, we need to find the value for L. So this would be the L. So how can we find the value for L? By using a Pythagoras theorem, by using this triangle. So L square would be equals to 16 square plus 60 square. So we can find the L by doing a square root. So 16 square plus 60 square, and then the square root, we will get the L, that is 62.1 centimeter. This is the slant height for the larger cone. Okay, so the total surface area of a bowl that is in contact with the water is basically equals to area of circle plus curve surface area of larger cone subtracting curve surface area of smaller cone, right? We know that the area of a circle is pi r square, right? Pi times radius square. And what is the curve surface area of the cone? That is given to us, that is pi rl, right? So plus pi r for larger and L for larger, and then subtract pi r for smaller radius and L for the smaller. Okay, so let me take pi common from all of these three. Okay, for area of a circle, the radius is r square. So what is the radius for this? 12 is a radius, so we can do 12 square plus the radius of the larger one. The larger cone, the radius is 16 and the L is 62.1. 16 times 62.1. Subtract, for smaller, the radius is 12 and the value for C is 42.6, as you can see, 42.6. So we have 12 and 46.6. Yes. So let me simplify to get the total surface area of the bowl that is in contact with water. So first we need to do 12 square plus 16 times 62.1, subtract 12 times 46.6, and times with pi, and this would be 1817.09 centimeter square. Yes. So this is the area, that is 1817.09. Question number 9. ABCD is a rectangle. ABCD. This is a rectangle with AB is 10 centimeter. A to B is 10 centimeter. Okay. This complete length from A to B is 10 centimeter. A to D is 12 centimeter. A to D. This complete length is 12 centimeter. Right. And PQ is parallel to AB. P to Q is parallel to AB. It means both are in the same direction. And RS is parallel to AD. Okay, so where is RS? RS is parallel to AD. So RS and AD are in the same direction. Right. The next information is y is a point of intersection of PQ and RS, BR and DB. B to R and D to P is x centimeter. This is x, this is x. A smaller rectangle and a square are shaded. A smaller rectangle and a square is shaded. So if it is a square, so this would be x, 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 and x. Right? Okay, now for the first part, write down an expression in terms of x for AR. So what is AR? So where is A to R? A to B is x. A to B is 10 and R to B is x. So A to R would be 10 minus x. Right? So this is 10 minus x centimeter. Now for second, AP. A to P. So we have at the top AP. A to D is 12. P to D is x. So A to P would be 12 minus x centimeter. 12 minus x centimeter. Now for the B part, area of shaded rectangle ARYP over area of a rectangle ABCD is 3 by 4. Show that. Okay. So we have area of a shaded rectangle and then area of the complete rectangle. So this would be the shaded rectangle ARYP. What is its area? Area of a rectangle is length times width. So the length is 10 minus x and the width is 12 minus x. So its area is 10 minus x into 12 minus x divides area of a rectangle ABCD. So ABCD, this is 10 and this is 12. So 10 times 12. 10 times 12, and this would be equals to 3 by 4. So we need to simplify this equation and we need to show this quadratic equation. Okay. So let's start. So 10 times 20, 10 times 12 would be 120. Subtract 10x, subtract 12x plus x square divides 120. This would be 3 by 4. Okay, so now we need to do a cross multiplication. Before doing a cross multiplication, let me do one more step. So x square minus 22x plus 120. This is going to multiply with 4. And 3 is going to multiply with 120. Okay. Now we have 4x square minus 88x plus 4 times 120 would be 480. 480, and this would be equals to 3 times 120 would be 360. So we have an equation 4x square minus 88x plus 480 minus 360. This would be equals to 0. Okay, so now 480 subtract 360 would be 120. So 4x square minus 88x plus 120 would be equals to 0. So we have got this equation. If we compare this equation with the given one, you can see x square coefficient is 1. So we need to divide the overall equation with 4. So after dividing by 4, we have x square. So 88 divides 4 would be 22. So negative 22x, and 120 divides 4 would be 30 plus 30. This would be equals to 0. So we have got the same equation. Now for part C, solve the equation, show your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. So it's a quadratic equation. We can solve it by using quadratic formula. So x would be equals to minus b, that is negative 22, plus minus square root b square minus 4 into a into c whole divides to a, 2 times of 1. Okay, so here x would be equals to 22 plus minus square root. We have 22 square is 484. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 30 is 120. So negative of 120. So divide with 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, 484 subtract 120 would be 364. X would be equals to 22 plus minus square root of 364 divides 2. Now we have two x value, one with the positive square root of 364 and other with a negative square root of 364. So let's do it one by one. So for the first one, we have 22 plus square root 364 divides 2 would be 20.5. Correct to 2 decimal place. We need to find the answer. 20.539. So it would be 20.54. Now for the second value, we have 22 minus square root of 364 and then divides 2. This would be 1.460. Correct to 2 decimal place, 1.46. These are the two x values. Now for the D part, find the total unshaded area in the rectangle ABCD. The total unshaded area would be, you can see, the unshaded is this rectangle and this rectangle. So we have two rectangles are unshaded, right? So we can say the total unshaded area is the area of rectangle RBQY plus area of a rectangle PDSY. Right? Okay, so what is area of this rectangle? This is x, and this would be 12 minus x. So this is x into 12 minus x, and the area of this rectangle is x and 10 minus x. X into 10 minus x. Right? So let's simplify it further. So it would be 12x minus x square plus 10x minus x square. So we have negative 2x square and positive of 22x. So here we need to use the value of x that we got from the C part. X can be 20.54 or it can be 1.46. Okay, moving back to the rectangle, as we can see, we have this is x, right? So A to D, this length is 12, and this would be, the smaller would be x. So if the total is 12, so x can't be 20.54. X can be 1.46. So we are going to select x equals to 1.46. So x is equals to 1.46. So what would be the total area? This would be 22 times 1.46 minus 2 times 1.46 whole square. 22 times 1.46, subtract 2 times 22 times 1.46, and then subtract 2 times 1.46 times 1.46. This would be 16.27. Okay, 22 times 1.46, subtract 2 times 1.46 square would be 27.85, or we can say 27.9 centimeters square would be the area, the unshaded area. Now question number 10. In A part, AC and BD are diameter of a circle center at O. Okay, so A to C is the diameter and B to D is the diameter, right? Show that the triangle ABC, this triangle is congruent to the triangle BAD. Give a reason for each statement you make. So we need to show that the two triangles are congruent. So for this, let me draw both of them separately to make the concept clear. So if I can draw the first triangle here, this would be ABC. ABC. This is A, this is B, and this is C. And the other is BAD. Okay, B, A, and this would be D. B, A, and D. So the first thing we know that AC and BD are diameter. So this AC and this BD, these two sides are same. So the first statement we can say that AC is equals to BD, right? So we can say that the diameters of same circle. This is the first statement. Okay. Now we can see AB and AB. These two sides are common. AB is a common side in both triangles. That's the second statement. Now for the third statement, this angle is a right angle and this angle is a right angle. It's 90. So we can say that ABC, angle ABC would be equals to angle BAC, same angle, that is 90 degree. So by using side, and angle, these postulate. So we can say that by side, angle, side postulate, triangle ABC and triangle BAD are congruent. Right. Okay, now for the B part of question number 10, two tangents TC and TD. T to C and T to D are drawn on a circle in part A. The diameter of the circle is 8 centimeter Okay, this is a diameter. B to D and A to C is a diameter, and when the diameter is 8, then the radius would be equals to 4, half of a diameter, right? And angle ABD, ABD, this angle is 28 degrees. Now for the first part, we need to find COD, COD, this angle we need to find. Okay, so how can we find this angle? If we consider this triangle BAD, if I can draw it separately again, the triangle BAD. So B, A and D. And we have given ABD, ABD. This angle is 28. This angle is 90. We can easily find the angle D by using sum of all angles of a triangle is 180. So we can say that 90 plus 28 plus angle D would be equals to 180. So what would be angle D? Angle D would be equals to 180 subtract 90 subtract 28. This would be 62. So angle D is 62. Okay, so when angle on the circumference is 62, then the angle on the center must be twice of 62. So this would be 2 times of 62. This is 124. So this angle we can say is 124. In the second part, calculate the area shown shaded in the diagram. So in the diagram, this region is shaded. So how can we find the area of this shaded region? So we have a triangle ODT and a sector. Let me say this name P, right? And a triangle OCT and this sector. So the shaded area would be we need to find first the area of this triangle ODT, area of a triangle ODT, and subtract the area of a sector, that is OPD. Sector OPD, right? And then we need to find the area of the triangle OTC plus area of a triangle OTC, subtract this sector OCP. Subtract this sector because sector is not shaded, right? This sector is OCP. Okay, so as we can see that both the triangles and both the sectors have same measurements, right? So it is easy to find the area of one triangle and area of one sector and subtract the sector area from the triangle and then times by 2 we will get the shaded area. Okay, so if I consider the triangle ODT, since T is a tangent and this DO is the radius, so this is a right angle. So let me draw this triangle separately, ODT, over here. So this is O, this is D, and this straight line. On this straight line we have T. This is T. And T is a tangent on D and OD is the radius. This side is 4, this angle is 90, and this angle O, this angle is 124. So half of 124 would be 124 divides 2, this would be 62. Okay, so we need to find D to T, this dt, because for area we need half base times height. This is base and this is the height. So how can we find dt? This is the angle, this is the opposite, and this side is the adjacent. So we can use the ratio of tangent. Tan of 62 would be equals to opposite, that is dt, over adjacent, that is 4. So from here dt would be equals to 4 tan 62. So we have tangent of 62 times by 4, we have dt, that is 7.52, or we can just say 7.5 centimeter. So if dt is 7.5 centimeter, how can you find the area of this triangle ODT? So area of a triangle ODT, is half, base is 4, and the height is 7.5. 2 times, okay, so this is going to multiply with 4 and dividing by 2, so it would be 15.04 centimeter square. So this is the area of the triangle. But if we can see in the diagram, in the whole triangle is not shaded. This sector, the sector is not shaded, right? So we need to subtract this area of a sector to get the shaded area. So we know the formula for the area of a sector. Area of sector is equals to theta over 360 pi r square. Theta is 62, 360 pi, and radius is 4 because diameter is 2 to 8, so the radius would be 4 square. So we can do 62 divides 360 times 16 and times with pi, and we have 8.656, or we can say that 8.66 centimeter square. So this is the area of a sector, and to find the area, the shaded region, the top shaded region, we need to do the area of the triangle, subtract the area of a sector because sector is not shaded. Okay, so for shaded area, the top shaded area, we can say we have the triangle 15.04, subtract the sector 8.66, 15.04 subtract 8.66, we have 6.35 centimeter square. This is for the top shaded area. So for total shaded area, we have 2 times of 6.35 because the bottom rectangle is also the same, right? So we have times by 2, so this is 12.7 centimeter square. 12.7 centimeter square. So this is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, you can let me know in a comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.